Okay, good morning to all. So my name is Tini Seidu. I'm expert meteorologist from AgriMet Regional Climate Center based in Niamey. Uh, I will not speak about. So let me present briefly AgriMet. AgriMet is one of the SILS institution. SILS is the Interstate Committee to Combat Drought in the Sahel, which has its headquarters in Ouagadougou and has another center called INSA in Bamako. So SILS is composed of three main institutions with agreement based in Niamey. Agreement stands for Agronomy, Hydrology, and Meteorology. And agreement is created in 1974 after the droughts that impact West Africa and the Sahel. So the mission of agreement is to collect, mandate, and disseminate climate, hydrological, and agrometeorological information across six member states to strengthen the technical and institutional capacity of national meteorological and technical partner, also to support food resilience in the region. So, in terms of ENZO, the fundamentals of ENZO, my colleague already talked about it, but roughly is when we have cooling or warming over the Pacific equatorial basin, we are talking about El Nino or La Nina in this aspect, and it has impact on global circulation over different regions. In West African climate, when you have El Nino, it has an impact on the weather situation in the region. Mostly, it causes a suppress rising motion in the region because most of our mechanism of weather is coming from the Gulf of Guinea area, where you have much air which penetrating into the continent, and it impacts the position of ITCZ or ITD over our region, which determine the harmattan or the monsoon over our regions. So by this, it has different impact in the Sahel, where we have when you have El Nino, it has impact the rainfall, where you have rainfall in the Sahel, but in some area like around the Gulf of Guinea country, we may have above normal rainfall situation. In terms of it has a teleconnection with atmospheric circulation, and when we have a strong El Nino event, we have some convective heating ISOA into the Pacific, weakening water circulation and over Atlantic sector and modifying global atmospheric pressure distribution. In West Africa, the impact is it's disrupt the West African monsoon circulation, which will become weaker with the shift of ITCZ southward to be located over Gulf of Guinea country, and also we have the teleconnection produce different impact in the region. In the Sahel, we have mostly the drought condition over the Sahelan zone, and over the Gulf of Guinea, mostly at the coastal area, we may have increased rainfall situation that may cause flood in the region. In terms of historical El Nino events, we have this some years in 1982 to 83, 1977 to 98, 2015 to 2016, 2023, and 2004. And each of El Nino event have a different impact in the region. Like when you took 1981 to 83, we have a severe silent drought amplification, which we experience intensifying rainfall deficit over the region, create a crop failure, farming condition, and livestock mortality. And the recent one is 2020 to 2024, where we have the El Nino, which occur with a rising global temperature, which contribute to a heat wave, flash flooding in some area, and hydrological instability, and also has 18 climate risk exposure across urban and rural community. So in West Africa, depending on where we are located, the impact of El Nino varies from excessive rainfall to drought and also to flood situation over some areas. So, in terms of what was observed specifically in terms of rainfall impacts and on hydrological situation, we have some drought intensification, and we have some observation that have been observed during El Nino year, where we have, like, when we take 97 and 98, we have in Senegal, we have severely affected, and some spots of moderate drought were recorded in Niger also and Sudan. When you take 2020, 22, 23, you have also a drought that affect seriously Senegal, Mali, most of the Sahelian countries. And we have some flood risk in the coastal West African. And we are seeing with different El Nino event, we are observing increasing the impact of El Nino in the sea level rising over our region. Also, over river basin, we have some impacts. Mostly, we have main river basin, Niger, Senegal, Volta, where we have the indices is showing that at some time we have even in some place where you can cross the river by foot in our region for those years, like for 1984, where the river Niger was completely dry, and even some in some area you do not have water in some areas. Also, in terms of agriculture and food security, the El Nino can impact the crop yield toward the reduction of this crop yield, and also it can create pastoral stress and livestock mortality in the region, like the one we observed in 1984 in the Sahelian region, where we have completely dry and animal was dying because of hunger and no rain, no food for them to eat. And also we may have some food prices volatility and humanitarian pressure in the region, which can lead to migration in some area. Also, when you have El Nino, it can impact health and societal effect with malnutrition, because when you don't have food, this will impact food security and also malnutrition in the region. And also we may have the development of some vector-borne disease and heat stress, which cause different type of mortality in the region, mostly for children and elders. Also, as I said, this impact can create a conflict, which we observe some dynamic conflicting because of this climate change, or the impact of El Nino, which is increasing and also creating some migration different region. We have some economic implication when you have El Nino here.
Kindly wrap up.
Okay.
Kindly
Okay, we have some economic deficit due to El Nino impact in the region, and how the map of this the loss of GDP in the region. And also we have some damage in infrastructure, like an energy disruption, and also we have some different economic, like when you take fishermen, we have the different impact in fishermen road, and also many aspects of that. So what I can say that in terms of El Nino year, it has different impact over the region, and also the El Nino in our region can be amplified or can be reduced due to the impact of Atlantic Ocean, depending on the intensification of what happened on the Atlantic Ocean. And also it can increase the drought and heat stress intensity in the Sahel, but creating some flood condition over Gulf of Guinea region. And it has some major socioeconomic consequences and has vulnerability remain high in the region. So in terms of recommendation, we can recommend early warning system to become increasingly critical, with strengthen climate monitoring, seasonal forecasting, impact-based forecast, and anticipatory action, and also to adopt some adaptation and resilient investment are urgently needed in the region. So this is what I can say in terms of El Nino and its impact in the region. Thank you.